Hello, everyone. So today is an interesting video. I've been asked very often through your YouTube comments and otherwise through the programs. So today I would like to talk about healing. How is the so-called high-frequency healing, spiritual healing works? What is this type of healing? So at this point on Earth, we don't have much reference point of high healings. We have mostly healing which has intention. And we also have different other modalities, which include herbs, um, different forms of medication, maybe some other substances, we can call them alchemical substances. So before I go any further, I would like to thank you all who joined Shaktipat Stream Special YouTube membership. Your support is very much appreciated. And thank you to all the new subscribers. Welcome. And all your comments are appreciated, and I usually try to answer all of them. For those people who are new, you may get familiar with my books. I have around 10 books on Amazon, so you may check down below in the link. These books are unique because they're transmission books, so you can not only read them but perceive them as well. So now let's talk about healing. Now, the highest form of healing is that which doesn't have an intent. So it's when one is aligned, and again, I'm speaking in terms of human context and what's relevant for the human context. So when one is aligned, it means their words have transmission or transmitting power and also transmuting power. And more so, their presence is healing and transmuting. And if we want to go into the physics of it, how this happens, we have to realize that high frequency contains or is capable of absorbing lower frequency. This kind of pulls that low frequency into itself and dissolves. So, and if we look at healing as a shift, so if we look at our body from the standpoint of we are energy, we have energy body, we have physical body, and many other layers. We can be called healthy when all the cells in the body communicate in a very aligned way. In this case, our electromagnetic shield, our energetic shield, auric field is intact. And so we're protected on the physical and subtle levels. But when there is something like certain cells are damaged and they are not aligned anymore, there is a breach, there is a gap in communication between certain cells and the healthier cells. The certain cells means they are damaged cells because of parasites, fungi, maybe there is a mechanical damage sometimes. So it means that your shield is breached because there is no sort of aligned communication and coverage of your body and from inside and outside. So this type of body is prone to have different kinds of it's basically open to parasitic energies, and parasitic energies are those which feed of our physical subtle energy, as well as just decompose the body. So the forces of decomposition, they're neither good or bad. They are just a part of this realm. And so, like, let's say you bite an apple and leave it. So if the skin of the apple is damaged, the apple will rot faster. The same happens with the body. When something is, when there's no full coverage, and this coverage, I mean, is electromagnetic, and it's kind of bio-spiritual. So if there is breach on any level, this body is prone to faster loss of energy and also physical decomposition. So in terms of healing, we can neutralize these breaches through the intake of specific herbs and certain combinations. We can also acquire a healthier diet which is anti-inflammatory. Anti-inflammatory means that it restores tissues and puts off the fire, the inflammation that is caused by pathogens, chemicals, parasitic livelihood, etc. And we can hydrate ourselves more, helping our cells to increase kind of electromagnetic exchange, you may say. So, but the most important for our health is the presence of elements, microelements such as zinc, copper, silver, gold, etc. And because at the moment our food is devoid of these elements, our electromagnetic field and shield in general, energy shield, is quite weak. So that's why our immunity is sort of called nowadays weak, or we need to add something extra to our diet so that we can restore it. But in fact, it's not about even the food you eat, but it's about your capacity to have this kind of a strong electromagnetic shield. And for that, you need microelements. And so for microelements is also a type of frequency. So when we speak about real spiritual healing, we speak about ability to, for the frequency, the field of that human being who is exhibiting the example of alignment and presence, to be capable with just their presence. Again, presence doesn't mean that it's a physical presence. It's the connection. It's all this healing is happening through the connection. So once you connect in thought, you invoke the presence, and presence is beyond the physical space. So the same principle applies to Shaktipat, or the spiritual transmission. So anyone who has higher frequency by default will be absorbing lower frequencies or neutralizing any kind of imbalance in terms of electromagnetism or energy misalignment. And so real healing does not have any emotional or mental component. Mental component is only in terms of connection, when you just invoke let's say, the presence of that being. But it doesn't have any intent. That's why it's so potent. In this day and age, in this cycle, this is probably one of the most potent types of healing. And it's very rarely known because there are no, again, reference points or examples, are very scarce. So most of the people who say they offer energy healing offer usually something with intent while holding a certain position. High frequency spiritual healing is selfless. So even if the being is operating or is in a position of being a healer, they do not assume such position, nor do they intend to heal. Just by being there, without intention, the healing is happening. So as simple as that. Now, when there is intention, there is an entanglement. There is a connection on a certain emotional, mental level, and it means there is entanglement, because a being who has unrefined mental and emotional layers, or is still tangled within the human context, cannot offer the highest forms of healing. Because the highest forms of healing is through presence. It's selfless. It's like antenna broadcasting. It's like the emanation of the highest frequency of love. love which is beyond emotions. It's bliss of existence. So true healing is non-intentional, but extremely potent because of that very fact that it is non-intentional. So it doesn't have any word. And of course, there are lots of people who are copycats, and now they will look at it, oh, it's a new opportunity to earn money on something that they don't understand. But in reality, healing happens first when you yourself heal yourself and are aligned. So this happens when you're awakened to the state of yoga, the alignment, and then through that state, you dissolve all that which is of intent, which is of karmic nature, which is of emotional, mental, and physical distortions. And then by default, you become that vessel, an emanation of unintentional healing, the vessel of the highest frequency so far in the cycle known on Earth. Does it make one special? No. It makes one a selfless servant and a tool to raise vibration without intention, simply by presence on Earth at this point of cycle. So thank you very much. I hope I answered your questions. And if you're interested to receive more content, please subscribe and become a member. Thank you very much. Bye.